What's up, home bartenders? Nikki Bags, the casual bartender. I'm going to show you how to make the perfect mint mojito. But before we go ahead and get started with that, make sure you hit that subscribe button, the notification bell, throw me a like, and let me know in the comments what cocktail you want to see next. Without any further ado, here's how to make the perfect mint mojito. Goose, you ruined it. So way back in the early 1900s, Ernest Hemingway actually traveled to Cuba and he hung out in a bar in Havana where he had a mojito. And he liked it so much, he loved this drink, so he actually wrote on the wall, and the bar kept it, an inscription, signed Ernest Hemingway, about how he loved the mojito. So that's actually not true. That was a myth, but it was a myth that worked. It was a marketing tactic. This restaurant got so popular that Pope Francis has visited. Chinese President Xi Jinping has visited this bar because Ernest Hemingway is rumored to have had a mojito there. But the mojito is actually much older than that. Way back in like the 1500s, Sir Francis Drake traveled from Europe to Havana to actually ransack the city and take all its gold. But it actually didn't work out. And the natives of Havana, Cuba, I guess, I don't know, felt bad or wanted to cure his sailors of their seasickness. And so they gave them a cocktail of lime, mint, and sugarcane, and that was used to treat their seasickness. As we know now, obviously the lime is what really did the work on that. Later on, they actually added club soda water to that to make it an actual drink. And then of course, what really kicked it off, what made it a famous cocktail, is that Bacardi got a hold of the story and a hold of that bar and made it into a famous cocktail. And that's the story of the mojito. It's actually, like many other cocktails, some rumor, some lie, and then a bar takes hold of it and uses it as a marketing tactic, and then it becomes a delicious cocktail. So that's the story of the mojito. Let's learn about how to make it. So as you know, the mojito is made with rum. That's going to be our base cocktail, base liquor. This is, of course, we're using Bacardi Superior, not only because it's my favorite white rum, but also because it is the traditional mojito rum. So first, we've got rum. You can use spiced, you can use dark rum if you like. It's gonna add a different complexity, some different flavors to your drink, but it's not the traditional recipe, and that's what we're making on this show, so Bacardi. Next, we are gonna need simple syrup. You don't actually need simple syrup. You could also use just regular sugar if you'd like to do that. If you don't know how to make homemade simple syrup like mine, there is a video which I believe I will put in this corner right here. I'm not 100% sure yet, we'll see. Hopefully it is where I'm pointing. But if you don't know where that is, just go ahead on my YouTube channel, you can find how to make simple syrup. The next thing you're gonna need is a lime, because not only do we need lime for the lime juice, we're using fresh lime juice, but we also are gonna garnish our beverage with a lime. And then finally, you're going to need a bunch of mint. Shout out to my boy Rick, the produce manager at Acme down the road. He hooked me up, he gave me like 3 bushels of mint for totally free for this show. So thank you, Rick. Thank you, Acme Markets, for donating some mint for this beverage. I really appreciate that. And then finally, as far as tools, equipment, that kind of thing, you're gonna want your tin for muddling, and then for shaking, you're going to need a muddler. You are going to need a jigger to measure out your pours, and then you will need a glass with ice to, of course, sip and enjoy. So with that, here's how to make the mojito. So the first rule of thumb when you're working with mint, especially, or really anything that you're gonna be muddling, is that you don't really wanna break it up into multiple pieces or small pieces, because you don't want them getting stuck in your straw, you don't want them getting stuck in your teeth. You really just want the essence of the mint to come out. So instead of ripping it up and really muddling it hard, like really banging it out, you just wanna kind of lightly bruise it to get the essential oils and the mint essence out without the mint pieces getting into the drink. So you want to start with the mint. So what we want to do is we want to find like 6 to maybe 8 nice, good sized mint leaves and just toss them into the bottom of your tin. Now, one thing I will suggest is you want to look out for the really pretty, good looking mint sprigs, because you're going to want to use those for your garnish. So don't destroy your beautiful mint sprigs, only the ones that are worth a bruising. So let's throw some mint leaves in there. One more for good luck. Okay, next we're gonna move all these mints to the side, and we are going to cut our lime in half and then juice it right into our tin. So we've got a half a lime, and we're gonna go ahead and give that a squeeze. We wanna get as much lime juice in there as possible. If you're not working with an actual lime, but you have lime juice, I would suggest 3/4 to 1 ounce, 3/4 of an ounce to 1 ounce of lime juice upon 6 to 8 to even 10 mint leaves. It really, I mean, experiment with it. It really depends on how limey you want it versus how minty you want it. It all depends. Everybody's got a different flavor. Everybody's got a different thing. I'm going with about a half a lime, which is roughly 3/4 to an ounce of lime juice, and as many mint sprigs as I got in there. So we've got that going. Next, we're going to do 1 ounce of simple syrup. Like I mentioned before, you can learn how to make simple syrup by watching my how to make simple syrup video, or you can just do sugar. If you're just gonna be working with sugar, do 1 tablespoon of sugar for 3/4 of a cup of lime. I'm gonna be doing 1 whole ounce of simple syrup, and we are going to pour that right in to the tin. And then we're gonna muddle that. Now, when it comes to muddling, like I said, you don't wanna destroy the leaf. You're not trying to like break it up into multiple pieces. You're just trying to get the essence of mint to mix in with the lime and the sugar. So let's go ahead and give that a muddle. You give it a press and a little bit of a twist, and we kind of want to make almost a limey mint simple syrup out of what we've got in this tin. So I'm gonna give that a few more of these. And that's that. And then finally, we are going to pour 2 ounces of our Bacardi white rum right over the top of our lime, mint, and simple syrup mix. So let's go ahead and give that a pour. Nice, it's a little messy, that's okay. And then we're gonna do a handful of ice. Just drop that right in there. Pop the top on and give that a good shake. Give that a good shake, and then we're just gonna dump it. Just gonna dump it all right into our glass. Now you can use a Collins glass, you can use I'm using a pint glass, whatever floats your boat. I guess it really depends on how much of any given ingredient you've got in there, but this is basically everything except one thing I forgot to mention earlier, and I'm sorry for it, is you're gonna need club soda. Either club soda, seltzer, soda water, whatever it happens to be. It could be flavored, it could be regular. I'm using regular because it's the traditional mojito, but then we are just going to top what we've already created with our club soda, and then move on to the garnish. And I just want to give this a little stir with the bar spoon, only because we've got a lot of club soda in there, and I want to make sure that it really mixes well with all of the rum and the lime juice and the simple syrup, and of course the essence of mint that's in there. So we've got that, and then we are going to garnish. Like I said, you want to use your most beautiful mint sprigs for garnish. So I think what I'm going to use is this one, because it's got a nice long stem. I'm gonna pop that right on the edge there. And you know what? For good luck, we're also going to do a lime wedge, because I really like a lime wedge, and sometimes I like to squeeze a little bit of lime juice into our drink. So that, my friends, is the perfect mint mojito. I'm gonna grab my straw, pop it in there, and give it a nice little taste. Cheers. Oh yeah, so refreshing, delicious. If you like rum, especially white rum, what a drink. You've got mint, you've got lime, you've got your sweetness from your simple syrup, and then you mix that with your rum and your club soda, and that is one of the most refreshing drinks that there is. I've had this in all sorts of varieties. We've had Bacardi raspberry rum in a regular mint mojito, which gave it that raspberry kick, which was phenomenal. And of course you could use flavored sodas for this, and you can mix it up. One of my very earliest videos I made, instead of lime, I made a kiwi mojito. So instead of lime, I put a kiwi in there, muddled that with the kiwi itself, muddled it with the mint, and that was delicious too. So, perfect mint mojito. One more time. Muddle your mint 6 to 8 leaves with a 3/4 of an ounce of lime juice and an ounce of simple syrup. Muddle that up in the bottom of your tin. Throw some rum in there, 2 ounces, and a little bit of ice. Give that a good shake. Pour that into your glass. Top it with club soda. Garnish with your prettiest mint sprig, and you're all set. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you guys coming out today. Please go ahead, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, the like button, and let me know in the comments what cocktail you want to see next. Have a great day. Be well, be healthy, and of course, keep it casual. Cheers.